There are a lot of things we take for granted in the city that may not be a given in rural areas. And that's especially true in tribal areas where sparse populations and long distances make adequate roads and infrastructure, a challenge. That includes the delivery of broadband service, a problem that was a topic of conversation in Washington recently. Cronkite News reporter Hannah Ehrlich has the story from our D.C. bureau.
Officials at the National Tribal Broadband Summit hope to find answers. But first, they had some questions.
Who has access? How do we get access? Who owns it? What's the path forward?
Senator McSally was just one of the speakers at last week's summit, which brought together business leaders, lawmakers, and officials from the Education Department and Federal Communications Commission. They all agreed that a lack of access to broadband is more than just an inconvenience in rural areas.
Whether it's access to education, whether it's access to transformational healthcare delivery, there are so many opportunities now that technology brings to our lives in order to increase our livelihood, improve our lives, save our lives. And if tribal communities don't have access to this, then they're going to be continuing to be left behind.
One way to deal with that is the FCC's Rural Digital Opportunity Fund, which will dedicate $20 billion to the issue over 10 years.
So they have these kind of reserve USF funds, or this excess amount of universal service funds, and what they're doing now, they're saying, okay, so they have collected enough funding that they're going to provide an incentive.
That incentive will be money from the fund to help companies provide broadband in rural areas where it would not otherwise be profitable. The two-day summit will not be the end of this discussion, as the FCC continues to look for companies to support rural areas.
And so rural tribal areas, they are in the most desperate need of needing additional funding to try to get broadband out to basically the most economically depressed areas of the United States. So the FCC, the record is clear. They're trying to do the right thing. It's just, it all takes a little bit of time.
In Washington, Hannah Ehrlich, Cronkite News.